A lot can happen in a week. Some of it good, some of it bad, some of it downright ugly. When faced with intriguing developments in the week's news, we turn to a rotating panel of non-experts to parse the good, the bad, and the ugly of it all. On today's panel, Jack Young, Artistic Director of the Houston Shakespeare Festival and head of the University of Houston's Professional Actor Training Program.
Good morning.
Jessica Brown, Co-Director of Station Theater. And Mustafa Tamiz, Media and Public Affairs Consultant and the CEO of Outreach Strategists. Jack, Jessica, Mustafa, welcome to Houston Matters.
Thank you.
Panel, one of Houston's beloved resources for weather coverage is leaving us, sort of. Matt Lanza of Space City Weather has announced that he will be leaving Houston to relocate to Connecticut with his family to be closer to his parents. Matt, alongside fellow meteorologist Eric Berger, have been providing what they advertise as hype-free weather forecasting for the Houston area since 2015. Now, the good news is that Matt will continue to contribute to Space City Weather and provide regular forecasts for the region. He even suggested that being an hour ahead of us might be advantageous when it comes to reporting on weather systems. What's interesting to me is his other reason for departing, Houston's vulnerability to extreme weather. In his farewell post on Space City Weather, Matt says, quote, "Metaphorically, my concern for hurricanes are what keep me up at night," and quote, "2023 was the most miserable summer I've ever experienced, and I'd rather not go through that again," end quote. Space City Weather's Matt Lanza is leaving Houston, but will continue to warn us about heat waves and hurricanes, which are partially why he is leaving. Is this good, bad, or ugly? Jack Young.
I would throw in ominous. I'm not sure. Dude, where you going? Unless it's actually more problematic for the folks in Connecticut, because maybe he's the hurricane magnet.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
So maybe he'll be drawing them up there, and then we'll sleep easier down here. That's what I got.
All right.
That's a good idea.
Jessica Brown?
I mean, I think that it's good because he is going to spend more time with his parents. As a former caregiver myself, it's something that I don't regret doing, taking care of our parents. I think that it's really wonderful. I'm very glad that he'll continue, though, because I really do use Space City for any weather that I want to have something that's accurate on.
Amen.
So I've used them ever since. I think Hurricane Harvey was whenever we really started focusing on them a lot. But yeah, hopefully. I don't want to wish hurricanes on anyone.
No.
So no, I don't want to send those anywhere. We'll just say that maybe they just won't happen. You know what? I'm gonna shut up.
But maybe he's paying so much attention to them, they want to return it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know. Mustafa, good, bad, or ugly?
Good for him, right? I mean, he's choosing a different path in life and closer to his family. So I think that's great for him. And the fact he'll still work on this is helpful for all of us. But, sometimes we get a really bad rap. Like every region, Hawaii gets earthquakes and volcanoes. California gets mudslides and wildfires. There's Tornado Alley in the central part of America. East Coast just went through this, ice storms and snowstorms coming into March. So every region's got it. Sometimes we get a little bit of a bad rap. My friend Jim Blackburn also says, you have to live with water. And I think in Houston, we have to live with water. And one of the nice things about this is that we can do something about it. I think a lot of the flood mitigation projects that are happening are really making an impact. I saw the new FEMA draft maps that came out. I looked at it. Some of the areas where we did the work are less likely to flood because we did the work. So, the flood control district's doing a lot of stuff that over time, I always look at it. If we can dredge a ship channel into existence, right, which we did, which really drives our economy in the state in a big way, then we have the wherewithal to create mitigation projects to protect all the economy that we've built, right? So I think
absolutely
out of different places to live, different type of, flooding is better than mudslides.
And we'll see what he says after he's shoveling snow from, October all the way to March. Maybe he'll bounce his way back down.
And Hurricane Sandy on the East Coast.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. So yes, we should worry about the climate. We should worry about the extreme weather. But there are things we can do here that I'm very excited that we do.
And we also have air conditioning. So
that's true. That's true. That's a boon. Panel, the world's oldest living animal will hold on to the record, despite some reports to the contrary. On Wednesday, an account on X purportedly owned by veteran Joe Hollins announced the death of Jonathan the Tortoise, who is believed to be about 193 years old and as such is presumably the oldest known living land animal. The story was subsequently reported on by multiple news outlets like the BBC and USA Today, but after some mourning and some confusion, it turns out that Joe Hollins does not own that account on X and that Jonathan is in fact alive and well at his home on the grounds of the governor's mansion on the island of St. Helena. Jonathan was first delivered to the island as a gift to the government of St. Helena in 1882, and according to the BBC, has been around for 8 British monarchs and met George VI and the future Queen Elizabeth II in 1947. One possible clue to the dubiousness of the original post was the fact that the poster impersonating Hollins was apparently asking for cryptocurrency donations. So it was really little more than your average April Fool's Day scam. The reports of Jonathan the Tortoise's death are greatly exaggerated. Is this good, bad, or ugly, Jessica?
Well, the exaggeration is good. The use of the scam to potentially, get money from people, that's not necessarily good. I would say that is absolutely bad. But I just keep thinking about living that long, especially as an animal that moves that slowly. That keeps going through my head. And, I don't even know that I have a concept for how much time that would be.
It feels like 5 centuries to him.
Yeah, probably. I don't think
And
that's
no
an exaggeration either.
No smartphone. Doesn't go back quickly.
Good, bad, or ugly, Mustafa?
It's good. I mean, 2 centuries, all the things that Jonathan has seen.
Right?
But imagine being a guest somewhere and you're still there 100 years later. Right? So
And completely unimpressed by any of it.
what are y'all doing?
The room service must be really good.
Yeah. Look, I think it's amazing, right? Like 2 centuries, this living animal. He's 400 pounds. It's I think it's neat. The scam stuff's bad. Anything with cryptocurrencies usually makes me nervous. I think that, like if anybody gets sends cryptocurrency for blood, it's a bad idea, right? But I think, I was at the Houston Zoo the other day. It's just neat to be in and around nature and around animals. And the fact that he's been with us for almost 2 centuries now, I'm rooting for him. He's got to hit the big 200.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just a few more years. Jack Young.
Are we sure it's not quite 200? I mean, did Denny check his
So,
birth
well, we
certificate
don't
when he
know.
brought him
So
over?
this-
He might have been 100 before he got handed
Yeah,
over.
I believe that this is an estimation of his age because no one's quite sure when exactly he hatched. I think based on his size when he was delivered, I think people assumed he was somewhere around 50 or so, but no one's actually quite sure. So
Okay,
who knows?
well, he could have already cleared 200, but I'm going to lift a toast to him. No crypto in his direction, but I will lift a toast in his direction for a good birthday. Can he blow out the candle? I mean, does a turtle blow out?
Slowly.
Yeah,
Slowly.
That's a lot of candles, though. 109.
yeah.
That is a lot of
breath
candles.
control to get
So,
out.
in this case, he may not be able to blow out the candles.
No.
That's a
Especially
whole lot.
the annoying ones that relight themselves. That would get him through another century.
That's true.
Panel, you may have seen earlier this week that KitKat, the candy bar brand, announced that 12 metric tons, or 413,793 KitKat bars, were stolen in transit between a factory in central Italy and their destination in Poland. Given the timing of this announcement and the subsequent jokes by other food brands like Crumble Cookies, Domino's Pizza, Denny's, and many, many others, you'd be forgiven for thinking that this is all just an April Fool's joke. But no, apparently it's not. In fact, Nestle, the company that manufactures the brand in Europe, has launched a stolen KitKat tracker to try and track down these 400,000 plus candy bars. They're asking consumers to check the batch number on the back of the candy's packaging and enter that into the online tracker to determine if it originates from the stolen shipment. And according to Nestle, as reported by USA Today, this is exclusive to the brand's new Formula One car-shaped bars. Any chance there's a golden ticket hiding in there somewhere? KitKat is looking for a break in the case of the missing candy bars. Is this good, bad, or ugly, Mustafa?
Holy smokes, Batman. The KitKat bandit struck again. He thinks he can get away with this sweet heist. He doesn't think that we're marshmallows and we can't get them with a big crunch. I don't know. Look.
No marshmallows in KitKat.
No
but
marshmallows in KitKat.
yeah, nice.
Yeah. Look, I remember hearing about a tequila heist from Mexico recently in the last couple of months. I can understand somebody making a play for tequilas, but making a play for like KitKats, right? Nearly 500,000 KitKat bars that, by the way, can melt, right? Where do you got to store them? So it feels like an episode from Batman. That's what it really feels like to me.
Or somebody's just got a major sweet tooth.
500,000 bars.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a lot.
Jack Young.
Well, I'm going to quibble with the numbers. When you get a KitKat bar, is it 1 or is it 2?
Or
Or
4, because
four.
usually they
It's
come in
4.
packs of
It's
4.
4, yeah.
So it's really 100,000
But these are specifically the Formula One shaped car ones, and usually with the special shapes, they come in just a package of one.
Okay, so there
I
is
don't know.
one per.
Probably,
So it's
I
not
think.
1.6 million. It's really 400,000 of them
Yeah.
individual cars.
I would imagine so.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is PHIS fishing for me. Send in your email address, and no, we'll be so happy to track you. No, track the KitKat bars. We're not tracking you. We're tracking the KitKat bars. That's what's going on. No, but I mean, to Mustafa's point, there was the heist of maple syrup in Canada, and the whole like mafioso style things going on with people tapping maple syrup. So okay, I just didn't realize Central Northern Europe was that much into contraband KitKat.
I guess so. Well, funnily enough, we actually looked up some other famous food heists yesterday. Apparently, there was a mini submarine in the 40s that was smuggling salami and cheese. I think either from Switzerland to Italy or Italy to Switzerland, one or the other. They were trying to smuggle, some
The
food.
cheese from
across.
Switzerland, the salami from Italy.
Maybe.
I get and
Yeah.
somehow meeting
don't know.
somewhere
Oh,
in Spain.
I would hate to be on that submarine. That seems like that would smell terrible.
Jessica, good, bad, or ugly, briefly.
Honestly, I just think that it's hilarious. And all I can think about is how many times I would be singing, give me a break, just over and over in my head with all of the. It would be just as bad as singing 99 bottles of beer on the wall, probably worse.
400,000 times.
400,000 times. Yes.
Where do you
So-
get 400,000 rappers?
It's a lot of trash. I don't know.
I guess.
Yeah, well, we got to hope that they track down the missing Kit Kats and
Yes.
stop
I see
the
what you
bandits.
did there.
The Hamburglar. No, the KitKat
KitKat burglar.
caper.
Kit Kat caper.
There's
There it is.
somewhere
That's
in
the
there.
name
I
of the
like it,
movie,
the great
or that's
Kit
the
Kat
episode.
caper.
Yes, perfect. All right. Jessica Brown is co-owner of Station Theater. Mustafa Tamiz is a media and public affairs consultant and the CEO of Outreach Strategists. And Jack Young is artistic director of the Houston Shakespeare Festival and head of the University of Houston's Professional Actor Training Program. Jessica, Jack, Mustafa, thanks so much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.